my gosh. Okay. Anyone have anything that they want to mastermind about? Otherwise,
I want to hear your magic.
okay. Okay, so the title is Within Her Soul. I'm like, that's non-negotiable for me. And then the one-liner is how tragedy created transformation and an unending will to live instead of simply survive. Now, there we go.
Yes, that is magic.
Yeah, it just like came to me and I was just like, wow, where'd that come from? I'm using it.
Created transformation. Yeah, it's good.
Thank you. So in that, while I was typing that, like, I don't know, like I was just like, wow, girl, like I am so freaking proud of you. Like a book has been something that's been like inside of me and I've just never put it into like onto paper or whatever. And so I'm just like, wow, I'm so proud of you. So I would love to know like a time when anyone has been like super proud of themselves, and I would love to know the courage that it took for you to take the steps that you needed to take that led to what you were proud of. If anyone wants to share.
I don't like using the word proud, but I'm proud of myself all the time. Because I do stuff out of my comfort zone all the time. So I acknowledge every time I step out, every time I do something better than the last time I did it, every time I trust myself that I know what I know, and that I can put it out there in a way that makes sense for others and will support others to have the transformation that I have had. So anytime I create something or write content or write about a workshop or write about our program or get someone excited about entering our program or someone wanting to continue being in our program, because I put that all together, it makes me proud of myself.
Yeah. I love how you said putting it out there in a way for others to understand, to create the transformation that I've had, right? I love that because like, of course, we're not everyone's cup of tea. So like having the courage to put our stuff out into the world the way we understand it and trusting that there's other people that need to hear it exactly how we put it out there. So I love that you said that. Anybody else?
I'm super proud of and I kind of get what you're saying, Kelly, about proud, but I'm not super prideful of myself. I'm super proud of myself. Like, I do think there's kind of a difference, so I'm proud of myself about, if I look back at like my purple notebooks, every single year after year after year after year, lose weight was like my top physical goal. Like it was, and I yo-yoed back and forth and I would lose a little. And like it literally was a decades long struggle. And I wouldn't say that I'm like totally arrived, but what I'm proud about is, yes, I've lost 225 pounds, but what I'm really proud of is that I didn't just lay down and say, well, I guess it's just not going to happen for me. Like it took, like, I think it's harder to try again when you're unsuccessful at a thing than to just try something outside your comfort zone and it all works out. Like that's pretty easy. For me, it was the grind. The grind is what I'm proud of, because that does not, up until now, that hasn't been natural for me to grind at a thing that is just grindy, like I like to do stuff I'm good at. I don't like to grind at something that time and time and time again I looked unsuccessful at. So if that means anything to anybody, just keep grinding, because there's an answer in there. And I wish I had been more attuned to like listening to my own, like what felt intuitive for me. Like I wish I had just like done a thing and said, okay, well, that's sort of working. So how can I refine it? How can I looked too long like outside myself for the answer when the answer was inside myself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're hitting me right in the heart, Shelly. Like, yes. Yes, I feel it. I feel
Good.
it.
Feel that gut punch.
Thank you for sharing, everyone. We are at the top of the hour. So, Suze, what can we celebrate with you?
We can celebrate. I am this close to being done with the sheet. So
Foxy, I would love to know your thoughts around being proud of yourself, if you're open to sharing.
Yeah, well, it's just the word proud kind of has like a negative connotation with me.
Okay.
And, Shelley kind of spoke about that of being prideful, that I'm not being prideful, I'm being proud. That was a good distinction for me. But I usually try to say I'm excited for you instead of I'm proud of you. I don't know. It's a word that I try to change. Language is so important, and everyone has like a different definition for words. And so it just supports me more to use a different word than proud, though it usually is one of the first words that comes up when I want to say something in that way. So it's not that I won't use it at all. I just like using different words.
Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing that. I was curious. All right. We are at 10 after, so I will see whoever's coming back at 10:02. And if you're not, have a wonderful afternoon. All right. Oh, Kelly says she finished up the post, emailed them to Terry, and scheduled them. In the middle of creating an email, she has to go, and she loves us all. I love you too, Foxy. Okay. Anyone have anything they want to chat about, mastermind them out? No?
I really liked your question at the end of last hour that I think it was about being proud.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I asked Foxy what her thoughts were around that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that so the things that I'm really proud of are when I get to draw out. I want it, like the word beauty keeps on coming to my mind, like things that are beautiful to people or meaningful and deep and that stuff. I get really proud when I get to make beautiful things or like draw that out. And I'm thinking of my bonus sister. So she'll officially be my bonus sister next week. But I got to make flowers for her hair, like out of fake flowers, and just glue gun, one to each individual bobby pin instead of making like a crown, so that we can make it on the day of to look whatever she wants it to look like. So just being able to do the little extras, like the little bonuses, I that makes me really proud. So
I love that. I love that.
The word beauty just kept on coming to mind. So
Yeah. And I think it's so perfect, right? Because we all, like you said, like to dig deep and define, like, because we all think that different things are beautiful from our own perspective. So, and we tend to hide those things in us because they might be weird or out of the norm, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
that.
like just getting them out.
Yeah. Awesome.
I have something.
Okay.
For me, what comes up, we talk about proud. I don't like that word either. I sense of accomplishment is good, but also taking satisfaction out of doing something well. It's like being willing to take it and own it is what I like to think about. That I'm satisfied with what I've gotten done and accomplished.
Okay.
And that could be proud too, I guess, but I don't like the word proud. So
Okay. I could see where that could be a replacement for proud for sure.
yeah,
Awesome.
but the idea that is you take satisfaction.
Yeah.
You make satisfaction. You be satisfied.
I mean, essentially you create your own satisfaction, right? So you create,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm so fine with proud and loud, Shelly says. Yeah, girl. I love it. Okay. Anyone else have any thoughts around that before we? No? Me either. Okay. Sue says she's the same. Yeah, I think I am too. Okay, we have 4 minutes left and I'm kind of blanking here. So if anyone has anything on their mind, I would appreciate your voices.
I want to know if do any of you know anyone that's ever published a work of fiction?
I know
Oh, yeah.
like children's books, but not like a big book of fiction.
Patricia
Yeah.
Hawkinson.
Actually, my uncle. Yeah, my uncle has.
Who is that, Carol? I don't think I know who that is.
Patricia Hawkinson. She's a dot, and she works out of Artisan Forge, but she wrote a book about Eau Claire in the 1930s. And it was a fiction based on, it was a historical fiction based on what was going on in the time in Eau Claire, which Eau Claire was after dark town,
Mhm. Interesting.
Hey, Regina. So my uncle, the reason that I didn't remember him, he's not really my favorite person, and I kind of like get him out of my mind. So, but I put his link in there. It's Phil Rustad Mysteries. So it's
I know I like personally know one person fairly well, but like,
Yeah.
yikes, I don't actually like, he writes these detective things, but I don't actually like love them,
Yeah.
So I was,
That's
I just had that. So like a couple times in my life, I've had an idea for what I thought would be a great fiction book. And up until now, I had never actually written one. And so now I just wrote one, and I'm still like refining, editing, trying to decide if it's just a cathartic thing. Like, is it meant to be just for me, or will I share it with others? I probably will. Do you want to hear what it is to see?
Yes.
I haven't. Okay.
Is
Scout
this-
Connor, I haven't told anybody about, no, this like totally new idea. You haven't heard
Okay.
anything about it, Susan.
okay.
And I'll even kind of give you the cliffhanger, but then you have to promise not to tell anybody because this
Mhm.
will be a surprise. So it's
Yes.
written as almost like 9 short, complete stories
Yeah.
about little girls and teenagers and women at all like phases.
Yeah.
And chapter starts off with like, my name is Bliss and this is my story. And then it like goes through the whole, that one whole story. So it's like a chapter, but then it's kind of a complete story about these
Mhm.
9 different women. It starts with like a 6-year-old girl named My Name is Dreamer, and it tells her
Mm.
story, and it goes all the way up to like someone old. And
Yeah.
the title of the book is 9 Lives. And
Yeah.
the last chapter begins, my name is Kat and all these 9 lives were mine. And
That's
then,
awesome.
so that's the like, but each name is different. It's like Dreamer, Rebel, Bliss, Serendipity, Grind, Shattered.
Yeah.
And so like each one is like a complete story, and you only find out at the end that it's one person.
Yes.
Oh,
That's awesome.
so anyway, we'll see if
Cool.
I've got what it takes to do fiction. I don't know.
Yeah.
See.
That's
yeah,
such an
words and
epic idea.
expressions
I love that. Are you gonna spell cat with a C or a K?
with a K.
Okay, that's what I had in my
Yeah,
mind.
totally with a cat, with a K.
Yes.
My sister's name is Catherine, her name is Kat. And so,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Cool.
yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's gotta be a K.
yeah. But
That's awesome.
but I'm hoping that like people won't get it until I'm hoping they won't realize at all that it's one, that they'll just think it's a series of 9 stories, and only
Yeah.
at the end will it come together. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's what I'm working on
That's awesome.
in my spare time.
In your spare, the spare hours of the. That's awesome. Yeah.
So do you know, Carol, does she self-publish or does she have a publisher? Don't know.
Outskirts Press.
Okay.
Shelley, I've heard a lot of my next book that I write is I'm just gonna publish it through Amazon because they
Yeah.
direct ship.
Mhm.
And then you get like either 40 or 60% of the proceeds or whatever. So you just price your book to what you want to make. But then like, because then they ship it out. So they print it, they ship it, they edit it, they all the things. So that'll be my next book is through Amazon. So, and if you want to be a bestseller, then yeah,
Mhm.
we can talk about that too.
Okay.
But, yeah.
See you guys. There's no other action hour right now, right?
There isn't.
Yeah.
Nope. We've got the next one is at 5 p.m.
All right.
Alright.
Great
Have a good
day,
one.
everybody. It was fun to
Yeah.
call this my first hours with you. So thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Nicole, do you want to stay on for a second?
Sure.
Because I know you had messaged me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Let me see.
What did I even message you about? I don't even freaking remember.
Let me go. Let me go back. Let me see. Here we go. Book dedication done. Introduction done. Launch date done. Your birthday. Woo! Was there anything in particular that you